you, Elham. Okay, now allow me to take you on a journey in the world of, let's say, emerging digital technologies. So the way we kind of structure this module is try to make it like a bit unique than any other modules we have in the course. So in this case, because most of the things that kind of we are doing with our students is trying to develop their skills in order to get a job after the work. So we develop whether they are how to learn about BIM, Revit, certain tools. Now in this module, try to take it differently. So rather than train them to or get certain set of skills. No, let's focus on entrepreneurship part of this. So how maybe they want to complete that module and then maybe have some sort of opportunity maybe to start their own business or start up something. But then they need also with focus on emerging digital technologies. Now, this is 20 credit modules, so we have 12 sessions. Every session is a 4-hour session. And the way we can start to structure this, so the first hour, which is like a general teaching, so the students get to know to the basic and principles and everything, or do some practical sessions. The second part of this, we have some, so even like a play, like some, which is what I call like the fun part. So even we have a guest lecturer, or maybe we do some workshop, or maybe we play just a clip from a movie, futuristic scenarios, and then we start having a discussion after that. So the third part or the third hour of the session, we have a discussion, discuss whether something from the guest or from the workshop or from those clips, and then what is left from the session, we try to give feedback to the students. Now, okay, now this is the structure. So now what's their assignment in this case? So they have 2 assignments. The first one is they need to produce a portfolio for a design. So they need to design a solution, and within that solution, they need to develop a portfolio for that solution. And the second part is they need to present that for example, as their kind of a startup. So they need to think about this from a business, let's say, perspective. So now we try to cover those technologies, the emerging technologies, and because it's a built environment course, so we focus on buildings mostly. So we try to cover most of the emerging technologies that cover the life cycle of the building. So in this case, we look at the digital twins, extended realities, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, advanced digital surveying, and we try to cover at least 2 sessions for each of those technologies. Now, again, going back into the entrepreneurship part and the business side of this. So because the assignment is they need to develop that solution. So the students, they need to think about this, what's the value of that solution. First, they need to find out an industry problem. That's the first 2 weeks. And then they need to think about what's the value of that solution. Who are your customers? What's the relationship between them as a business with the customer, the channels, the revenue streams, the activities that involve in the development of this solution or product, the resources, cost structure, or maybe think about if they want to partner with others. So what's kind of the partnership relationship? We provide something we call like business model canvas, where they can kind of use this to map their ideas and how they can essentially kind of, they want to start up kind of some sort of business. But again, this means, so they need to look at the problem, industry problem, and think about how they can solve it using digital technologies, those cutting edge technologies. Now, just to give you a bit for what kind of things we try to cover when we talk about these technologies. So when we talk about, for example, a digital twin, so or try to answer 3 main questions: the what and why and how. So what is digital twin? Why we need it? And how does actually this technology work? So try to cover, as I said, the first hour, the theoretical part and everything, but also in the practical part, we try also to get into some sort of a hands-on experience about those technologies. So whether, for example, in the Internet of Things, we try to explain the technologies, but also show them how actually things work in the back end. Hopefully, this can give the students some sort of understanding or sense the technologies. Again, this is not to make the students to gain some sort of skills to be coders or engineers, some sort of components, etc. But actually, it is for them to understand and comprehend what is going on. And later on, if they want to build that solution, they know how to map things kind of together. So in this exercise, for example, so we build up an IoT sensors. We show them how they can link this to the back end, how things going on in the back end, and how they can actually visualize the data. extended reality, for example, and again, comes from the Train the Trainer program, this is part of the thing, so this is something we learned from that project. We try also kind of to apply into this module. So we talk about the history, background, and everything kind of in between. We run some workshop session. Actually, one of the session was actually here in STEAMhouse. So we run the workshop. The students had the opportunity to, again, play around with virtual reality and try to work and solve a simple problem together. Augmented reality, again, the students, because we really heavy rely on 3D models, etc. So the students also we get the chance to play around with augmented reality application. They bring their own design model. They can try to navigate and see the potential benefit of this technology. We also try to be a bit more innovative in this. So in the practical session, we try also to give them, for example, this image where the students, they use their phone, scan it, and get some sort of instruction. And then with that instruction can help them later on build some application, augmented reality application. This is part of the exercise we've done. And of course, emerging digital technology, we can't really stay away from what's happening in the AI area. So after we go and cover all the history, background, principles, and all that, we also run some practical session to show the students how actually this technology works. So what's the background of everything? And we touch upon two main things: object detection, where the students actually can play around with images, and also prediction models. So if they have some text, let's say, form of data, how they can use this data and play around with it. I have to also to say that again, it's not about train them to use the technology and become experts with AI specialists or something, but it is about them to understand what is happening. Then later on, if they want to build their own solution, they know how to put things together. And of course, we play around with many tools like AI image generation, ChatGPT, all the fancy thing. The final things I want to cover here is the digital surveying. So again, following the same concept, background, history, why, and how, and all of that. And then,
so some points just to wrap up. First of all, because of the nature of this module, we could just present student work to the wider industry, because it's not like industry knows more than our students at that stage. So it's really emerging digital technologies. Students are also, they would be in the same platform collaborating. And when the industry came to see student presentation as part of the Innovation Fest, it was more like collaboration between two sides, two experts, because they are developing something really new. And the module is very unique in terms of providing the opportunity for industry collaboration and cross-faculty collaboration, because we are dealing with interesting ideas and finding solutions for things not just about built environment, but wider interdisciplinary. And we're not focusing on just giving the skills students need to become architectural technologists. We are trying to promote this thinking that there are lots of jobs in the job market. Nobody's applying for them because they're all in between and nobody is really qualified. So promoting this idea to students to go outside and be the one who is in between. And of course, it wouldn't be possible if we didn't have the sponsors, we didn't have the resources. It would be just like talking blah, blah, blah. And we could actually do things with students in the class because we had the kids.
The thing is, I think we have a lot to cover in a very short time. Now, if you're interested in to look at what we cover like in emerging digital technologies, so you can scan the QR code, it will take you to a website, you go to topic, lecture, emerging digital technologies. You will find a list of many materials that we produced last year, and hopefully this year we're also gonna still updating and put more content and everything happening with that module. And that being said, thank you very much for listening.